Missiles are flying across borders. Air defense systems are lighting up the night sky. Leaders are making speeches filled with warnings and red lines. But how did Iran and Israel reach this point? Was this inevitable? Who actually started it? And more importantly, where is this heading? If you scroll through the news today, it feels sudden, like the region just exploded overnight. But nothing about this conflict is sudden. The current Iran-Israel war is the result of decades of tension, distrust, secret operations, proxy battles, and political calculations. To understand what's happening now, we need to rewind the story. Before 1979, Iran and Israel were not open enemies. Under the Shah of Iran, the two countries had quiet cooperation. But everything changed with the Iranian Revolution. The new leadership in Tehran adopted a completely different ideology and openly rejected Israel's legitimacy. From that point forward, hostility became part of official policy. Israel, on the other hand, viewed Iran's new direction as a growing strategic threat. Instead of fighting directly at first, both sides entered what many analysts called a shadow war. Iran expanded its regional influence by supporting armed groups that oppose Israel. In Lebanon, Hezbollah grew into a powerful military and political force. In Gaza, Hamas and Islamic Jihad received backing. In Syria, Iran strengthened its presence during the civil war. From Israel's perspective, it was slowly being surrounded by Iranian influence on multiple fronts. Israel responded with targeted airstrikes, intelligence operations, and efforts to block weapons transfers. Over the years, there were reported strikes on Iranian assets in Syria, sabotage operations inside Iran, and cyber attacks targeting sensitive infrastructure. Iran blamed Israel for assassinations of nuclear scientists. Israel rarely confirmed anything officially, but it consistently stated one clear policy. It would not allow Iran to develop a nuclear weapon. The nuclear issue became one of the central flashpoints. Iran insisted its nuclear program was for peaceful energy and scientific development. Israel argued that uranium enrichment levels and ballistic missile development suggested something far more dangerous. International agreements were signed and later weakened or abandoned. Trust eroded further. Each failed negotiation increased the possibility of military confrontation. Tensions escalated in waves. There were periods of calm, followed by sudden flare-ups. Rocket fire from Iranian-aligned groups toward Israel triggered retaliatory strikes. Israeli operations inside Syria targeted Iranian positions. Drone attacks, missile exchanges, and cyber operations became more frequent. What once stayed below the threshold of open war slowly started crossing lines. Then came a major turning point. Israeli strikes reportedly hit high-value Iranian military and nuclear-related facilities deep inside Iranian territory. This was not a proxy confrontation, it was direct. Iran saw this as a serious violation and promised retaliation. And retaliation came in the form of large-scale missile and drone attacks aimed at Israeli territory and regional targets linked to Israel's allies. Air raid sirens began sounding across Israeli cities. Missile defense systems intercepted many incoming threats, but not all. Some strikes caused real damage and casualties. On the other side, Israeli strikes inside Iran hit military infrastructure, air defense systems, and strategic facilities. Civilians in both countries found themselves living under fear, checking alerts, rushing to shelters, wondering what the next night would bring. This is where the conflict fully shifted from shadow war to open confrontation. From Israelis' perspective, the argument is centered on national security. Israeli officials say that Iran's military expansion, missile program, and nuclear ambitions pose an existential threat. They argue that waiting would be more dangerous than acting. The strategy, according to them, is deterrence, hit hard enough to prevent a bigger future war. From Iran's perspective, the narrative is different. Iranian leaders describe Israeli strikes as aggression and violations of sovereignty. They frame their actions as defensive retaliation. They argue that they are responding to attacks and protecting their national interests against foreign interference. For Tehran, backing regional allies is described as strategic depth, not provocation. Both sides claim they are acting defensively. Both claim the other crossed the line first, and this is often how long-running rivalries evolve into full-scale wars, each side believing it is responding, not initiating. The danger now is escalation. This conflict does not exist in isolation. Armed groups in Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq are closely connected to Iran. Any major shift could open new fronts. Regional airspace has been disrupted. Energy markets react instantly to every escalation. Global powers are watching closely because instability in this region affects oil supplies, trade routes, and international security. There's also the nuclear dimension. Even without confirmed nuclear weapons in play, the mere discussion raises global anxiety. Any attack on nuclear facilities carries risks far beyond conventional warfare. Radiation fears, environmental damage, and international legal consequences make this aspect especially sensitive. Meanwhile, civilians continue to bear the consequences. Families in Israeli cities spend nights in shelters. Families in Iranian cities experience air defense activity and uncertainty. Businesses close early, flights are canceled or rerouted. Social media fills with videos of interceptions in the sky and explosions in the distance. Behind every headline are ordinary people trying to live normal lives under abnormal circumstances. So where does it stand right now? Neither side has achieved a decisive victory. There is no signed ceasefire agreement that fully resolves the conflict. There are pauses, warnings, retaliations, and statements, but no final outcome. Military actions continue, and both sides appear determined not to appear weak. At the same time, there are signals that neither wants uncontrolled regional war. The balance between showing strength and avoiding total escalation is extremely fragile. History shows that prolonged rivalries like this rarely end quickly. They either escalate dramatically or slowly move towards negotiated limits after heavy costs. Right now, it is impossible to say which path this war will take. Will diplomatic channels reopen seriously? Will international mediators step in effectively? Or will one major strike push the region into a much wider war? Those are the questions hanging in the air. What is clear is that this conflict did not begin yesterday. It is the product of more than 40 years of hostility, strategic competition, ideological opposition, and security fears. And now it has entered its most open and dangerous phase. The Iran-Israel war is still ongoing. The result is uncertain. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months could reshape the balance of power in the Middle East for years to come. For now, the missiles have not fully stopped, the rhetoric has not softened, and the story is still being written. Whether this chapter ends in negotiation, prolonged confrontation, or something far more serious, we are watching history unfold in real time.